Hello, my name is Julie and this is ksmomcrochets, and today is a really fun video. This video is the Gnome Surprise Collab Part 2 or Round 2 with Rebecca from Yarn and Pajamas, and I have my sidekick over here, Caitlin. Say hello.
Hi.
And hopefully she doesn't distract me because I've already tried to do this like 3 times. So, in case you didn't know, Rebecca and I have done a Gnome Surprise Collab before, and I will have that playlist linked in the description box below. And this is where I pick a gnome for Rebecca to do, and she picks a gnome for me to do, and neither one of us knows which gnome that we will be doing until we get our card in the mail. And so, whenever we get our card, we open them on the camera, and it's a surprise for everybody. So we both have it is a Fujifilm Mini Instax printer, and we print off the picture of the pattern that we want the other person to do, and we put it in the card. And then whenever we open it, then we get to see which gnome we get. So I am going to go ahead and open up my card. So here is my card, and I've already opened it once. Like I said, I had to do this more than once. But here is my card, and I love those little gnomes. Rebecca always has the best cards. Her cards are so much better than mine. But I have not looked to see what gnome that I have yet. So I am going to open that and see what gnome we have. So here is my picture. She's got hers glued or taped or something. I taped mine too. And here is the gnome, and it is a Halloween gnome. It looks like it may be like a mummy gnome. I love that. I'm so excited to do that gnome. Trying to get the glare off of that. But I will find this gnome, and I will pop up its picture so that you can see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in here and look through my yarn, pick out some yarn, and then I will come back and show you the yarns that I have picked out after I work on the gnome for about 30 minutes. That way you can see some progress of what the gnome is going to look like. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back, and I have my yarns all picked out, and I did work on this gnome for 30 minutes, and I will have his picture popped up while I'm talking. But this gnome is the Crochet Mummy Gnome pattern by PampinoGnome on Etsy. And I will be using my 2.75 hook on this, and I am going to be using all Shepye's Katona cotton yarn. This is, I don't know why, but I just really love using the Katona on the gnomes. I've never made a gnome out of another yarn. I'm sure that they are just as cute. You can make these gnomes out of 4-weight yarn, I mean whatever you want, but I really love using the Katona on the gnomes. So I do have some of that picked out, and I have the color Jet Black, which is number 110. So I have Jet Black picked out. And then I have the color Bridal White for his bandages. I know this yarn is a little bright. It's actually not as bright as it's showing on camera. It's not like a bright white, it's more like an off-white. But I didn't really have a color. This was the only like white that I had. So I'm going to go with that. I think it'll be fine. And then that color number is 105. And then for his skin tone, I'm going to be using the color Shell, which is number 255. And then for his body and his arms and that part of his pattern, I'm going to be using this color, which is number 506, and it is caramel or caramel, however you want to say it. So those are the colors that I have picked out for the snow. So I did forget to show what I was going to do for the beard for this gnome. I am going to be using needle felting wool. I get this off of Amazon. It comes in a box with all different colors. And these are the brown shades that I had to choose from. So I'm hoping that one of those work, but I did pick out a gray just in case the other ones doesn't look right. I always choose my beard after I get my pieces finished. So we will see which wool that I use for the beard. And now I did, like I said, get 30 minutes of work done on him. And I did get one of his arms done. So there's his little arm. And then I got his nose done. I thought that I would start with some of his smaller pieces first, because usually the smaller pieces are the ones that I always leave for last, but I would rather go ahead and get them over with. And then I did go ahead and start on his body, and I just got a few rounds of increases on his body. So this is actually the bottom part of his gnome, or of the gnome, and I will just show you this one. This is the one that I did with Rebecca in my last in our last Gnome Surprise Collab, and this is also a PampinoGnome by it's called the Daffodil Gnome. And so on the bottom of your gnome you have this round part, and then there is this detail with like a crab stitch right there that goes all the way around. And when I was looking at the picture, I thought that this part of the gnome, this detail work right here, I thought that it was all done in black, and this bottom was all done in black. But actually she has you do this, and then you attach this detail work in black, so you don't have to work that whole entire bottom in black. So that's pretty cool. And so yeah, that is my progress on the gnome. Now there is no deadline. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to be back in a certain amount of time, because Rebecca and I, we want it to be stress-free. So we will just do our reveal video whenever we get these gnomes done. So just keep an eye out, and we will have those videos up for you whenever we are ready to release them. But I am so excited about this. I really enjoyed doing it the first time, and I am already enjoying it this time as well. And thank you so much, Rebecca, for thinking of me and wanting to do this with me, because it is so much fun. Now, I did want to read this. I had read her card after I did the first part of my video, and she actually put a fable in here, and I just thought that was so cool how she did that. She's so creative. But it is called The Spider and the Fly, a Fable by Mary Howitt. I guess that's how you say her name. And I will just read this to you all real quick, because I really enjoyed reading it, and I love that she included this into my card. This card. It says, "Will you walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest little parlor that you ever did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, and I have many pretty things to show when you are there. Oh, no, no, said the little fly, to ask me is in vain, for who goes up your winding stair can never come down again." And she put, "I am in a spooky mood." But I just love that, and I wanted to share that with you all. So, like I said, thank you so much, Rebecca, for doing this with me, and I will have her video, her first video, linked in the description box as soon as it is released. And so make sure you go and check out and see what gnome that I picked for her. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy this collab. It's going to be so much fun because I love gnomes. So I will see you all real soon in another video. Bye.